Leroy Sane shines while Robert Lewandowski scores a hat-trick in the Champions League. Another round of top-tier competition took place on Wednesday night throughout the continent, as teams like Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Bayern Munich all took part in their opening Champions League group round matches. Many of the top teams in European football were in play on Matchday 1 of the Champions League, including Barcelona and teams from the Premier League's Liverpool and Tottenham. To play Serie team Napoli, Jurgen Klopp's team traveled to Naples, where they fought to shake off some of the rust that had marred their campaign thus far. In the first 16 minutes of the game, the Reds gave up 2 penalties, although only one of them was successful. What happened next was, to put it mildly, quite amazing, and Napoli won 4-1. Nuno Tavares, who is on loan from the Gunners, together with former Arsenal players Matteo Guendouzi and Sead Kolasinac, made up a Marseille team that Spurs welcomed. With a 2-0 victory, Richarlison scored twice for Antonio Conte's team to give Spurs the greatest possible start on the continent. Here are the best matches that lacked any Premier League play. Rangers lost to Ajax 4-0. Upon their return to club football's most prestigious competition, the Scottish team received a complete beating from an Ajax team that was performing at their ruthless best. The Eredivisie champions ran riot and were 3 goals ahead of their opponent inside the first 33 minutes of the game, showing virtually little trace of an Anthony hangover. Edson Alvarez, a target for Chelsea, scored first, but 2 goals in 2 minutes from Steven Berghuis and Mohamed Kudus effectively put an end to the tie against a hapless Rangers team. With 10 minutes left, former Spurs player Steven Bergwijn netted a 4th goal to complete an outstanding debut for Ajax and guarantee a disastrous start to this season's Champions League campaign. Catalonia 5-1 Veronica Pilsen. The Catalan Giants welcomed the Czech team to the Camp Nou and made it plain from away that Pilsen would have it tough going as Franck Kessié gave the hosts the lead in the 13th minute. A half-hour later, Robert Lewandowski doubled Barcelona's lead with a beautifully curled right-footed finish from the edge of the box, scoring his first Champions League goal for the Blaugrana. However, Pilsen surprised the Barcelona supporters shortly before half-time when Jan Sikora scored for the visitors to pull one back. Sadly, it didn't have the same effect on the actual Barcelona players, as Lewandowski scored twice and gave his team a 3-0 lead before the half-time whistle even blew. The Poland international completed his hat-trick in the 67th minute, putting to rest any doubters who might have had about his ability to transfer his Bayern form to Barcelona. 4 minutes later, Ferran Torres scored the 5th. Bayern Munich 2-0 Inter Milan. At one of the world's most famous venues, the San Siro, Inter and Bayern met as 2 of the game's greatest players. Leroy Sane scored the opening goal for Julian Nagelsmann's team, displaying the kind of talent that English fans saw him display frequently while playing for Manchester City. Sane caught a lofted pass from Joshua Kimmich, chested it down, and then around Andre Onana to calmly put the ball into the empty net. Although Danilo D'Ambrosio officially scored an own goal in the second goal, Sane's fast thinking in the Inter penalty area caused the Italian defender to make the mistake. Sporting CP defeats Eintracht Frankfurt 3-0. Against the Bundesliga team, the Portuguese team recorded their joint largest victory in the history of the Champions League. Frankfurt was regretting a series of excellent first-half opportunities that ultimately came back to haunt them with Sporting's second-half performance. Marcus Edwards scored the opening goal for the visitors before setting up the second, which was carefully finished off by Francisco Trincao 2 minutes later. Nuno Santos added a 3rd goal late to add insult to Frankfurt's injury. With a final score of 4-1, Liverpool was eventually forced to concede that Napoli was the superior team. The Reds were another representative of England to suffer a shock defeat on the opening day of the Champions League, following in the footsteps of Chelsea. By clicking the subscribe and like buttons and spreading the word to your closest friends, you can help this channel. Many thanks.